Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life by Brian Tracy. Chapter 12, Living a Great Life Part G. The Key to Sales Success. In sales, trust is the foundation of all relationships. A person will not buy from you until he or she trusts you completely. All top salespeople invest a good deal of time building high-quality, trusting relationships with their clients before they ever attempt to sell their products or services. An association to which I belong commissioned a $50,000 survey of customers last year. Since most of our organizations sell forms of training and consulting services that are somewhat similar, they wanted to find out what caused a purchaser to buy from one company and not another. One of the questions they asked the customers was what they were most concerned with in making a buying decision. More than 80% of the respondents to the survey said that the honesty and integrity of the salesperson was more important than any other factor. When they asked them what they meant by honesty and integrity in a salesperson, the customers replied that this meant that the salesperson put their interests first. They believed that the salesperson would keep his or her word. They believed the salesperson's claims about the product. They believed that the salesperson would do what he or she promised, and that the company would fulfill any commitments that the salesperson made. They had a high level of confidence in the word of the salesperson and in everything that he or she did or said in interactions with them. An interesting fact that came out of this survey was that the quality of the product or service was hardly mentioned. When customers were asked about their concerns over product quality, they replied that they felt that most products or services at a particular level were fairly similar and would achieve the results offered. The key to the sale was how they felt about the character of the salesperson, and through the salesperson, the company itself. Truthfulness is the key to character. The real essence of character, and the most recognizable expression of honesty and integrity, is truthfulness. If you are completely truthful with yourself and others, you will almost always be viewed as a person of high character. In our society, men and women of character seem to attract opportunities. Doors are opened for them wherever they go. They are introduced to people who can help them. Money and other resources are made available to them. This is why the most important quality you can instill in your children is a sense of honesty and the habit of truthfulness in everything they do or say. Parents and children. I have 4 children. Each of my children has been brought up having the importance of truthfulness drummed into them from an early age. Today, all 4 of them are adamant truth tellers. They are completely honest. I can ask them any question and they will always tell me the truth. When they were growing up, I made them each a promise. I said, "You will never get into trouble with me for telling the truth." And I kept my word. When they did something foolish, as all children do, I would listen to their stories without judging or criticizing and then ask, "Well, what did you learn?" They soon learned that they could always tell the truth and never suffer criticism or disapproval. They loved it. Sometimes they fool around, but all I have to do is ask them for the truth and they will always give it to me, whatever it is. I'm very proud of them. It is absolutely amazing how much better relationships are between parents and children when they absolutely trust each other. Husbands and wives. What is true for communications between parents and children is even more important for husbands and wives. One of the best definitions of love that I have ever heard is by Ayn Rand: love is a response to values. You love another person because he or she represents values that you respect and cherish. The other person embodies qualities that you admire. In short, you love another person for his or her character. All else will change or fade away over time, but character remains. Truthfulness and honesty between couples requires fidelity and straightforwardness between the two at all times. If a couple is ideally suited, they absolutely trust each other and are each other's best friends. There is no one that they would rather talk to or express themselves more honestly with than the other. Character, integrity, and honesty are the foundation qualities of a loving relationship, and are more important than anything else.